47 years old, and I am a stay-at-home mom who is starting up a small business.
Well, my name is Bill Kruger, and I played 16 years of professional baseball, 13 of which I played in the major leagues.
Hi, I'm Chanel Kruger. I'm 15 and a half years old. I'm going to be 16 in October 11th. And well, my career is going to school so far.
Hearing. I thought she was deaf, and that was the first sign. I would call her name, and she wouldn't turn her head anymore. And so, of course, I went to the doctor and said, you know, she's not listening to me anymore. By 20 months, it seemed to be getting worse. I went back, and from 20 months to 36 months was a long journey. It seemed like it took forever to get a diagnosis of autism.
Yeah, we saw these great milestones that Chanel had reached, you know, up until that point. I mean, she was just racing along. Of course, it was our first child, so we had nothing to compare it to, but lots of language, couldn't get enough books in front of her, playing appropriately, sleeping through the night, eating appropriately, all the things that you would hope your child would be, and that's what she was. And then things changed.
I would say by 5 we started getting some words. So that's 4 days a week in a little office,
yeah, doing
the exact same thing every single day. We knew, I told him she had a voice. It's in there. We just got to get it out. We've got to get this voice out. And it was about 4 and a half, I think. She screamed, "Let go." And then we all cried, because it was, you know, a good year of at least trying to get something out of her. And she just screamed, "Let go." And from then on, it wasn't just rambling talking. We now have a voice. Everywhere we went in public was a struggle. You know, I wanted her to have friends. I wanted her to play, and it was painful for us to see that kids were afraid of her and didn't want to interact with her. I just wanted her to have friends, like, you know, any mom would want. So it was hard.
Yes, I was very, very young during the time, though I don't remember much, but I do remember kind of just being almost solitary through my life, not talking so much. But I remember a lot of thoughts going through my mind and why I was so different from most of the kids, because the one thing I remember was going to a playground, and I was always on the outside, walking on the outside, knowing I couldn't be with one of them because I didn't know how to interact with them or play.
We had basically pounded an icebreaker into her. You know, "My name is Chanel, what's your name?" And so she had it, and so we'd take it to the park. So we would get there, and there would be 2 or 3 kids, and Chanel would come up, and "Here you go," and she'd say, "My name is Chanel, what's your name?" And then they would say her name, and then she would recite something from Aladdin. You know, and then they'd look at her, and then off she ran. So, I mean, that's where things start. And so that tells you how far it has to go. Many more families are more than one child. Many more families are two-parent working families that are suffering because the financial burden is a crusher. Not just the emotional part, but the financial part. So it's not fair that they don't have that equal chance to have their child get those early interventions and get all those things to fall into place for them. So we need to be very aware of that, and it's breaking down the family. And divorce rates are skyrocketing in families with autism. So
when they do become adolescents, a lot changes in their lives, and the schools don't know what to do with them. They do the best they can, but a lot of parents pull them out and start homeschooling them then. So we would like to create a school that would give them the opportunity to finish their schooling up to 21, and then take them from there and say, where do we need to place them now? And the families then can rest. Even families that have 5-year-olds are asking this question because it's on their minds. They don't even sleep. They're so worried about him. The grandparents are worried about him. The siblings are worried. You know, will my life be taken away because I'm going to have to take care of my brother or my sister? We want to take that pressure off. We felt like nobody was saying the word, and nobody really was back when she was diagnosed. There were no articles in the paper. There was nothing out there. Nobody was sharing their story. I think people were ashamed. I think mental illness was definitely something that was a hush-hush, and nobody wanted to share that. We had so much time. There's times when I feel guilty that she's gotten so much better and some kids don't, you know. But we do know they get better. They do get better with time, and you know, I wish I had someone to tell me that. If I could just say anything, is that, you know, give it time. They will grow into the person that they're meant to be. I'm here because I want people to know that there's a lot of hope. There's so much hope out there, and these kids will have a life. Even if they are being assisted, they are going to have a full life. So we need to give them every opportunity that we can.
I am not ashamed of myself, and I believe that autism does not define who I am, but it helped me made who I am today. And of hearing my story through my parents, of me overcoming something that is rarely done, is really tells me something, that there may be a purpose of why I recovered. Maybe there is something I need to do with this gift I have. And I think that spreading the message about autism is the best thing I could do, to let people know that don't be afraid of them. They are just as much as human as we are. So I want to give them a voice for them. I mean, if I don't, who else will? And I have many options of what I want to be for when I grow up.
What are some of them?
Well, the first woman president of the United States. And maybe the lawyer for disabled children or adults or families with special needs family members. And a veterinarian for wildlife because I love animals so much. And and definitely like an actress because I love acting. A writer of novels, so I can tell all sorts of stories, including this one.
I don't know, we're just proud of her. We're proud that she is able to even tell you that. We didn't think that would happen.